Hello everyone, today I'm going to tell you about 5 products which you should never eat in China. This list of 5 products is based on my personal experience of living in China and some studies which I have researched. Probably you won't find some similar list on the internet. The 5th place I give to instant noodles. It's one of the most popular dishes among Chinese people, especially when they are on the go or traveling somewhere. During my travels around China, I was shocked to see how many people were eating instant noodles at railway stations. The smell was so strong and unpleasant that it was almost impossible to breathe. What caught my attention next was the packaging. It's made of paper, but it doesn't leak despite being filled with hot water. This is because paper cups used for instant noodles are often lined with a thin layer of plastic to prevent leaking. When such paper cups are heated, there is a risk of releasing microplastics into the liquid. The heat can cause plastic lining to degrade or leach chemicals into the liquid, including microplastic particles. Some chemicals found in plastics, such as phthalates and bisphenol A, are known endocrine disruptors, which can interfere with hormone function and lead to developmental and reproductive issues. Besides, microplastics have been associated with inflammation in the body, which is linked to various diseases, including cardiovascular disease, cancer, and diabetes. It is highly processed and often contains unhealthy trans fats, sodium carbonate. It can be harmful if consumed in large amounts. Monosodium glutamate. It can cause adverse reactions in some individuals. The number 4, snacks in plastic bags. And let's look at the ingredients at once. Among these ingredients, you should pay attention to edible vegetable oil. Depending on the type of oil used, some vegetable oils can be high in unhealthy fats, such as trans fats or omega-6 fatty acids in excess, which can contribute to inflammation and various health issues if consumed in large amounts. Some of these additives, such as sodium glutamate and terbutyl hydroquinone, have been associated with some adverse reactions in some individuals. Sodium glutamate in particular can cause symptoms such as nausea or headache in sensitive individuals. And if to analyze various snacks, there are quite a few which have almost the same ingredients. You should also be mindful of packaging, which is also made of plastic. By purchasing these snacks, you are inadvertently contributing to the spread of plastic waste. After analyzing the primary ingredients of these snacks, I can confidently suggest substituting them with healthier options, for instance fruits or nuts. The 3rd place, sausages. Avoid purchasing sausages in China due to concerns about their storage conditions and questionable ingredients. Given that sausages are kept at room temperature, they definitely contain numerous food additives. The first additive is carrageenan. It can cause inflammation in the digestive tract, leading to digestive issues such as bloating, gas, and irritable bowel syndrome. Additionally, some studies have linked carrageenan consumption to intestinal damage and increased risk of gastrointestinal disorders. There is also one additive which is called sodium tripolyphosphate. If you consume it regularly, it can contribute to increased sodium intake, which can be problematic for individuals with high blood pressure and cardiovascular diseases. Excessive sodium consumption has been linked to hypertension, stroke, heart disease, and other health problems. Then sodium nitrite, which can contribute to the formation of nitrosamines. When sodium nitrite reacts with some compounds in the stomach, it can form nitrosamines, which are potentially carcinogenic compounds. Nitrosamines have been linked to an increased risk of some types of cancer, for example, colorectal cancer. In addition, high consumption of processed meats, which contain sodium nitrite, has been associated with an increased risk of cardiovascular diseases, such as heart disease and stroke. Additionally, there have been reports of fraudulent meat labeling, with instances of cat meat being passed off as pork or mutton and added to these sausages. To verify these claims, there are numerous articles on the internet which provide evidence of such practices. By the way, considering the low price of these sausages, I have doubts about whether they contain meat or not. So it's better to avoid consuming sausages in China. And I decided to conduct one experiment. Near my dormitory lives one cat. My purpose was not to feed cat with some dangerous sausages or something like this. I just wanted to see whether it will eat it or not. And here you can see the results. Even cat didn't want to eat these sausages, so maybe it's some kind of indication that we also don't have to eat them. The second place I give to rabbit meat. And of course you can say, rabbit meat, it is so healthy. Unfortunately, there have been instances when cat meat has been sold as rabbit meat. These stories highlight the need for vigilance. In many countries, sellers of rabbit meat leave one paw intact to prove the authenticity of the meat. But this practice is not commonly observed in China. If you are still inclined to buy rabbit meat in China, there is one sign to distinguish between the two. Rabbit meat has a light rose color, whereas cat meat tends to be bright red. Additionally, consuming cat meat may leave a heavy feeling in your stomach. How do I know this? From personal experience. Once I purchased what I thought was rabbit meat from a supermarket, only to discover cat claws in the meat while preparing it. Learn from my mistake and avoid buying rabbit meat to prevent any unwanted surprises. The first place I give to tap water. In today's China, there is a fervent drive to claim the top spot across various sectors worldwide. This relentless pursuit has accelerated production, manufacturing, and overall development. But it comes at a cost. Environmental degradation, including the contamination of rivers and lakes. Consequently, it's strongly advised never to drink tap water when in China. In fact, I've yet to encounter any Chinese individuals who drink tap water. Instead, they opt to purchase bottled water online or from stores. I've come across numerous studies conducted by Chinese researchers evaluating the concentration of algal toxins and endocrine disruptors and antibiotics in various water supply sources. Surprisingly, these findings suggest that while these particles do exist in water, their concentrations remain relatively low, rendering the water technically drinkable. However, it raises one question. If this water is drinkable, why do Chinese people themselves avoid drinking it? If you have any thoughts on this question, you can leave your comments below. It will be interesting for me to read your ideas. Subscribe to my channel to see more videos about health from China. See you!